Taking a break from this episode to thank our sponsors. And this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Marriage Be Hard Conversations podcast. I am Melissa.
I am Kevin Allen Fredericks Jr.
I don't think I did that on the last episode, but that's okay. Hopefully you know who we are.
I'm not a junior, so we're equal.
So we're all here.
I believed it too. I was like, wow, I didn't know that about Pat.
I didn't know either. It just happened.
It just happened right now. This is a podcast based off of our book of the same title that's available everywhere. And we sit down and talk to some of our favorite
couples. Our favorite people.
That's what I was hoping you would say.
You're right. My
Yeah.
bad, baby. I'll let you down. I'll make it up to you later.
Hello.
Sexually.
Some of our favorite people, and we just talk about life. We talk about love. We talk about relationships, and sometimes that looks like the relationship with yourself, and sometimes that looks like the relationship with others, namely your partner or your spouse. It could sometimes be the relationship with church, because we be going through what that woman called it, a faith crisis. You hear me? Anyway, that's a topic for another day. Today, we have two very special guests, Mattie and Chris James.
I also want to say, and I won't tell the other guests that I said this, you guys have the best setup of anybody we've ever had. And we've had
Oh, yes, you do.
we've had the CEO of YouTube in this room. And I'm not even kidding you. Your setup was better than hers.
He's talking about your camera setup.
Oh, thank
you so much.
Yeah. Cam can tell you, theirs is better than Susan. Well,
Why would you? And this is the thing.
hey,
You
hey,
don't have
she
to.
quit.
No.
She quit.
You don't have to, please. Not on our podcast.
She
Maybe
quit.
talk about it
She
on the next
quit. It's somebody else now.
Why do you always have to say the names? I need you to practice with me. I know someone.
I know
I
someone
met somebody.
who's the CEO of YouTube.
There
one. I'm
was
like Cam
once-
too. I stayed dropping a name, and it's like you didn't have to do
Same
that.
person.
Listen,
Same person.
I am quick with the. I could have been talking to my mama. So yesterday I was talking to this person. You don't need to know the specifics. Just know I was talking
That
to
is a
somebody.
quantifiable fact, though.
What do you mean?
Oh my
But
God.
we don't need to know it.
But I wanted to make. I want them to know exactly how I feel about their setup.
What are you about to look at?
I
I'm about to
appreciate
make,
it, Cam. I appreciate it. I just don't want to get blackballed.
Listen,
from-
like it's not
She
gonna
don't
go.
work. No, she don't
like
even know
it's
how to
not-
log in.
This is going to be posted on YouTube.
Oh, never mind. Her setup is pretty good. It's not better than Mattie and Chris's though.
Why would you lie on the lady?
Glory to God.
Nah, look.
Glory to God.
Look,
Why would you lie on her?
whose is better?
There, I'm not entering this conversation.
Y'all's is better, Mattie and Chris.
I'm
and I
not
want y'all
entering
to
this
know.
conversation.
Y'all worked hard and
He
it should be
tried to
rewarded.
put you in it.
Y'all
Yes, he
got
did. You see how he
depth of focus. The background blurred.
Listen, dear YouTube, don't demonetize me, okay? I need my dollars.
Let me tell you what's wild. I interviewed the CEO of YouTube, and my next video was like, I ate a fish fillet. Infinitely more views. Infinitely more views. People are not interested at all, but like, I like fish fillet too. Click. CEO of YouTube, I do not care. Did you get the full slice of cheese? This is important to me.
Are you eating filet of fish with cheese?
Yes.
Yes.
It comes
That's-
with cheese.
That's the only way you eat filet of fish.
No,
Melissa.
you eat filet of fish by throwing it in the trash.
Oh,
That is the only way to eat
Melissa,
filet
don't
of
eat,
fish.
Melissa only eats McDonald's breakfast. After breakfast is over, she does not eat McDonald's.
I cannot imagine eating a filet of fish with cheese.
Well, the thing about the filet of fish is what I didn't know. Tahir put me on, and the people did. It comes with a half slice of cheese.
Comes with the half slice, yeah.
Yes, so you have to tell them that you want a full slice. Why are they doing that? Cheeses already come in
I
a
was
full
just- it
slice.
is
Why are you
very
cutting that in
strange.
half?
I think a lot of it is that the filet of fish started because of Good Friday and Catholics. And they were like, we need a product to sell to Catholics. Because, no fish on Friday.
So much of America, like capitalism, we're aware that we're a capitalism society.
yeah.
But the older I get, the more I realize just how
Yes.
much
Oh,
Yeah.
it affects everything.
Everything.
Apparently,
deeply
boys'
rooted everywhere.
So I think they
clothes.
took that piece of cheese and they was like, hey, how can we make this a little bit more, sorry, Catholics, repressive? And just put a half, put a half like cheese. Sorry, Catholics. I love y'all. I'm from New Orleans. I love
So,
Yeah.
and we'll start the podcast after this. I
We've
just have to share
started.
this. I've got to share this with y'all. There was a whole debate, about masculinity, femininity, and having, boys' clothes in Targets, having trucks on them, right? People going
Yeah.
to Target, pick up a boy's thing, it has a rainbow or a unicorn or the color pink. So apparently, back in the day, everybody wore dresses, all the babies.
Yep.
Franklin Roosevelt wore a dress as a kid
He did.
because
Yeah.
it's more practical. As they explained, I was like, of course, kids age, a dress is a dress. You ain't
Sure
got to
enough.
worry about changing it. When you're potty
Yep.
training, it's easy, right?
Oh, super easy.
Capitalism came in and said, if we convince these people
Sure enough.
that boys should dress like their fathers and wear pants, we could sell more clothes.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they brought advertisers in and came and basically shamed parents for letting boys wear dresses and said little men should look like their fathers.
Absolutely.
Buy
Yep.
them pants. And apparently pink used to be masculine color.
Yes.
It was reversed. Pink was
Yes.
masculine
And then
blue was feminine.
one of the president's wives, I can't remember which one, she had basically a pink house. And they were like, oh, she loves pink. And then capitalists were like, because pink's for girls and blue is for boys.
And here we
And people
are.
were like, wait,
And
what? It
here we
is?
are.
Yes. So come to us and buy a blue shirt. And I was like,
And now it's so grained into society that if you see a little boy in pink,
Deeply ingrained.
oh my God, you're like, now there's something wrong with the little boy and the parents.
Yeah.
and it was capitalism.
And it was capitalism
It's
all
the whole
along.
time.
The filet-o-fish to pants.
Yep.
It
All boils down
always boils down to capitalism.
the almighty dollar.
All
Oh,
capitalism's
man.
fault.
Anyway, this is when it's not an interview. Now we just talk.
Now we just talking.
Yeah.
You want that? We talking about filet-o-fish and dresses.
Yeah, shut up. We like it. Well, listen, in the event you're unfamiliar with Mattie and Chris, we definitely should introduce them. Mattie is I'm going to call it a lifestyle influencer, okay? All right. She teaches influencers how to influence, and she is an author, and she is married to Chris, who I'm assuming is the man behind all the magic. Okay. You don't see him,
is.
but absolutely 100% I believe that his presence is felt because I'm assuming he does all the things like set up the cameras, make sure the mic is together, and bounces the ideas off of all the things. I understand how marriage works. So we have Mattie and Chris here with us today. Anything you want to add? Oh, I didn't say the title of your book.
Everyday magic.
Everyday Magic.
Everyday magic.
Everyday magic.
Oh, yes.
Subtitle.
Oh, yes. Subtitle: The joy of not being everything, but still being more than enough.
We love it. We love it. We love it. Okay, so listen, let's dive right in. Let's talk about how y'all met because there are two sides to every love story, and then there is the truth. So feel free to interject when either one of you decides to go off course. Are we starting with Chris? We starting with Mattie? Who normally tells the story?
You should start with me in this instance.
Okay.
That way it'll be true.
because it is the
Whoa.
truth.
Let's go, Chris.
Whoa.
Nah, Mattie, I know
Okay.
ya. I can tell.
And I'm going to preface this by saying it's not that romantic, but it's
Oh.
it's effective.
We love it.
Let's hear it. I'm excited
so
about that.
Here it is. So it's 2007. I just moved into my first like grown up place
Mhm.
apartment. Different part of town, same city, different part of town. And I was looking for a way to make friends, right? I had a younger brother who was in college at the time, and he told me about this wonderful place called MySpace. And I said, hey, I'm going to try that out, right? But me, the way that I operate, I had to bring a system into it.
Always.
And so I kind of
Always.
So,
Just takes everything deeply, deeply
A
serious.
system into MySpace?
yeah, to the friend making process.
Oh,
Right.
I really want to hear
Yeah,
this now.
we need
So,
to understand
I didn't
your
even know that
process.
was. I thought we was all just clicking around.
I'm not a clicker. I just don't
And
dive in.
that sounds very arbitrary. This sounds very tactical.
Yes.
There's a
Yeah.
plan. I got
Chris,
it.
like I ain't out here just scrolling and
Well,
scrolling.
Just click. That's
There's
not
things to do.
effective.
That's not effective.
That's not effective.
You get it. So what I did is I pretty much wrote a template like in a Word document as my what do you call it? It's like a lead magnet for all you marketing people. out there.
Lead magnet.
I did, and it was pretty much insert name here.
Always be closing over here.
Always be closing.
And so so then I would do like the pointed city search. I guess I was target marketing. I targeted an audience, and I said these are the type of people that I'm interested in, and on like specific nights of the week I would go in and like drop 10 and see what happens.
What does
Right.
drop 10 mean?
Just to send out
He
10.
would send out 10
just
of
send
them.
out 10.
Oh,
I would
10
just shoot
requests.
10
Yeah,
10
just 10
Okay,
requests.
got
10
it.
requests, yes.
And Mattie was one of those people.
Shut up.
You did research to find Mattie. What was in the
And it
in the
wasn't-
criteria?
Wait.
And
Keep
that's the
going
crazy
in
part.
the
Like,
story.
it wasn't even on like dating or anything
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
he
It
was-
was literally like it was strategic. Like, how can I?
Connect with people.
place
meet
for
Yeah.
most
friends.
people
He was
in the
pen
shortest amount of
paling.
time.
He was pen paling out here on MySpace.
Right? It was like, how can I
Wow.
meet the most people in the shortest amount of time and then figure out if I actually want to be their friends?
Okay.
So Mattie ended up in that group of people, and we actually, like she said, we pen palled for probably like
Like
6
physically
months?
writing letters.
digital pen pal because it's MySpace, so it's
Yeah,
just
it was
messages,
just like
direct
quick
I'm
notes,
messages.
sorry.
like,
Well,
oh,
this is
what you
just
doing? Well, how was this
a
weekend? You
romantic.
know.
I know. I'm thinking.
This is a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but right.
Chris
it-
was like,
It-
the
It's
mail
just
system
so,
is
yeah,
not.
it's so.
The
Yeah.
mail system is not efficient. I can email you.
Correct.
Faster.
Okay, so your virtual pen pals.
Virtual pen pal.
So we did that for like
6 months?
6-7 months.
Yeah, before
Um,
did we
and
get
then
on
I-
the phone?
No, then I ended up finding out that you live like you actually worked like across the street
Yeah.
from where I lived.
Yeah, that's how close I worked to him. Like you could
It's-
literally walk from my job to his house.
And
Wow.
so at that point, we were like, we should figure out something to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with Mattie at the time, she was working retail at a store that shall not be named.
Thank you.
And
Don't be me over here.
and I had a friend of mine who was going through that point in life. Kev, you know this, like when we were like, it's time to be grown-ups.
Yeah.
There were some of us who was like, hey man, I'm gonna do the grown-up thing. And other
Yeah.
people was like, yeah, I'm still wearing basketball shorts.
Under
So-
my jeans.
So the friend who was still wearing basketball shorts everywhere, we were like, hey man, you got to get it together, you're getting old. But we were a group of dudes saying it to another dude, so he was like, I don't believe that, get out of here. And
How
so I
old
was
were you?
like-
I need timestamps.
I was 23.
Not you got to get together and y'all 24, 23 years old.
Huh?
I said, you telling your friend they got to get it together and y'all 23, 24
I had
years
it
old?
together though, but
Chris
this is
is-
the thing about
Chris
me.
has
That, like,
been
I've
82 years old
yeah,
since-
Chris, I feel like you had a
Got it.
briefcase when you was on MySpace.
I should have at this point.
Okay.
And so we
You guys went to the store, came to the store that I worked
no.
at, right?
So we were like, get it together. He said, no. We were like, maybe if we got girls to say it to you, then you would believe it,
Hilarious
right?
and effective.
And so, and so I reached out to Mattie and was like, hey, can we make this happen? And then we'll take him to your store. And because you're standing there, he'll spend a bunch of money. Because if we did it, we wouldn't do it. And so we hung out. That was the first time we hung out in real
That was the
life.
first time we
And
hung out.
because
wow.
she did it, I was like, hey, let's go, as my treat, I'll take you, take you all out to eat. And that's how we met.
So our very first date, I think, is a very romantic story. He just is adamant that it wasn't romantic or anything like that. Because I was just very sure that when he saw me at MySpace, he thought I was sexy, he thought I was cute, and he always reminds me that I was fun. That is the word he used to describe me.
That was
Fun.
key. I mean,
Okay.
that's clutch though.
Yeah.
Like, that's clutch. Like when all the
And-
other stuff leaves, you're still gonna be fun.
I
and
mean,
we can
we're
have a good
almost
time
married
together.
14 years now. So now I realize that fun is important. But definitely for that first decade, I was a little bit resentful that he
Yeah.
thought I was.
Yeah, I get that. I do get that. Yeah.
They say that more important than love is like. Like,
Yeah.
do you enjoy your partner? Do you like them? Do you think there's fun? Because love, love can be dutiful. I love the dog. I don't like him.
Yeah.
You like that dog.
No,
but,
man.
But
I don't know.
my initial your initial attraction of me, I do want it to be a physical attraction.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
just
talking about
want to-
attraction.
As a woman, you want to be desired.
Yes.
You want to be desirable.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
Yes.
okay. I missed
So,
that part. I
yeah.
got it. I'm
Yes.
tracking now.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, later on, you could say I'm fun or whatever, but like
Yeah.
in the beginning, I want you to be like, yeah, girl, like
and I'm
I
like,
just-
at least lie to me.
Yeah,
But
Lie
you
to
know,
me.
he's not a good liar.
Not that good at that.
And
Kev.
he's not even interested. You know what I mean? So, long story short, I danced growing up. So the first time we go out one-on-one together, he takes me to Alvin Ailey, which I just was so excited because I'd never seen any, I haven't seen the company before. And
What
was
is?
so
I've heard of that.
excited.
What is that?
The
Is that a
Alvin
tap?
Ailey American Dance Troupe is.
is it the
um,
first African American?
Yeah, it is the first and the biggest.
The biggest African American
Dance
ballet
troupe.
company. Yeah.
Got
Oh,
it.
nice.
Ballet.
Modern
Okay, I'm
dance.
sorry.
Yeah,
I said,
modern
I said
dance.
tap. I'm sorry.
So in Atlanta, they come every February at the Fox Theater.
It's a whole thing.
It's a
you know,
whole
the city
thing. It's
dresses
just
up and go
incredible.
out.
Yeah, this past year, like the mayor brought his mom for her birthday
Oh,
when we
nice.
went, and it was incredible. So, Anyway, so I just was like, oh my gosh, he must really like me. Like he knows I danced growing up. He took me to Ailey. And he was just like, no, I just had, I had tickets and, we were friends. So, and I was like,
Chris.
bruh, like just lie.
Chris,
Just
now you gotta read the room. Now, if she said all that, you gotta be like, of course.
No, but you gotta. In my defense, I still wasn't in like I'm pursuing Mattie mode.
He was we still pen
You're
palling
just trying
now
to
in
find
person.
Mattie
friends.
was
I
still the
forgot.
homie.
You're still
Like,
trying
for
to
me,
find
Mattie
friends.
was the homie.
Y'all are still
Right?
friends.
And what
Yeah.
happened in that situation is it was supposed to be like a group of us going, and everybody, the other people, the other parties flaked out.
As blacks do.
Yeah, but this is the problem. If I
And
was
so
Maddie's
now it
friend,
became like
the two of y'all, and if I was Maddie's friend, I would be like, the friends were never gonna go, right? The whole time he wanted to take you out on a date, right? Like grab your perfume, girl, and you're like, wear the things because he set you up. This
Wear
is a
the
date.
things, girl.
Wear the thing.
But here's
Yes.
the thing, though, right? Like that could have worked, but we actually end up meeting those same friends afterwards.
They lied to y'all.
Nah, they were just in the same area at the time. They had a kid.
And they
at
had
the
a
time.
small
They had a
baby. They had a
at the
small
time.
baby.
Oh.
Kids
So,
ruin
yeah.
everything.
they were like the first out of our friends to have kids. So so we saw them, and I mean, these are his childhood best friends got married. So the wife, she was just like really rooting for me. She's just like, she know her friends. So she was like, yo, get out of the platonic zone and pursue this. Like, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. You out here playing with your blessing.
Come on.
Playing.
Come on.
It worked out for him. Thank God for grace.
Come on. So then after the date, what you said?
I was just laughing.
Oh, listen, actually, before we get to the after the date, let's hear from the Marriage Be Hard sponsors. On the Marriage Be Hard Conversations podcast, we are always talking about love and relationships. And this is the thing, they take work. Okay, they take energy. It's the whole premise of this. We don't mean marriage be hard because it's so exhausting. We mean marriage be hard because you have to work on yourself. And sometimes that's hard. If you're not bringing your best self to a relationship, it can make the relationship really, really hard. And oftentimes you need an outside person that you can just talk to and vent to, tell your troubles to, and they can offer you professional, sound, clinical, proven advice that you can implement in your life and help you make better decisions and show up better in your life, in your love, in your relationships as a sister, as a brother, as a husband, as a wife, as a mother, as a father. Okay? This is what I need you to do. If you are interested in starting your therapy journey, I have a solution for you, and it is BetterHelp. We have used them in our life, and they've greatly helped and impacted my relationship with my husband, how I show up even as a mother. They offer me sound advice. We've given you a lot of the interventions, but one of my favorite interventions that my therapist actually gave us was to redo a conversation Kevin and I had, knowing what we know today, knowing what we didn't say clearly, knowing how it impacted the other person. How would we redo that conversation? And it was literally one of the most therapeutic things that I've ever done. And I wouldn't have been able to do that had it not been for my therapist. So if you're interested in starting your therapy journey, I need you to try BetterHelp. They're convenient because it's all online. You do not have to drive to an office. You fill out a questionnaire. They'll send you a few matches. You can have time on your calendar to meet with these therapists. And if it doesn't work, BetterHelp will break up with them for you. All right, so it's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with the licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/MBH today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MBH. Thanks so much to our Marriage Be Hard sponsors. Okay, so let's continue the story. So after the date, the first date, at which point does it become romantic, and then take us to the proposal?
It escalates pretty quickly.
After that it goes pretty quickly. There was a few weeks that passed. I ended up having a party at my house. It was like a game night. Invited a whole bunch of people. Invited Mattie. We had a good time at the game night. Mattie never went home.
Dang.
And y'all been together ever since.
We start
And
playing
about 2
different
weeks
games.
later, I was like, yeah, we could do this. Like, this is fine. Like, this is, I'm with it. I'm sorry. I gotta say more. I
No, you ain't
fell,
got
I
that,
fell
no.
madly in love.
You don't know. They don't know. You have
Now he
shown
wanna
your
go back
hand
and say he
love,
fell
then
madly
there
in
you
love.
are. Yep.
Wait,
So,
wait. So
but
you
then
guys
tell 'em.
dated shortly. It was a short dating to marriage.
The decision
It was,
period.
yeah.
The decision period was short. It was, it was like I said, it was about 2 weeks. But it's 2 weeks of, just constantly being around each other, right?
Mhm.
And the stories and all that stuff. But if you take into account the time getting to know each other,
On MySpace.
The pen
writing
pally.
back and forth, right? About just general interest. We got engaged actually about 6 months after that, and then we got married a year after that. So
After the first Alvin Ailey?
no, it was about a year and a half
after Ailey,
Yeah,
right?
about
'Cause, yeah.
almost 2 years.
So
after.
wait, so your whole dating period from pen paling including is about 2 years.
Yeah,
About-
right under 2 years.
Right under 2 years.
Yeah,
and
we
you
met in 2007, got married in 2009.
Yep.
shut your freaking face.
Yep. 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 But wait, so he proposed to me after like 6 months of us officially being boyfriend and girlfriend. But he literally, we didn't get engaged until September, which is the same time we got married. But he had the ring, like he got the ring in like May, and it was just in our apartment.
Yeah, another very unromantic story though.
Every time I try to have some kind of shot, it's
trying to-
God's way of humbling me because I have such a big personality and I can't wait to
Very
stunt. And
unromantic.
every time the Lord's like, actually,
It's gonna be like, Chris was on his way to Costco and they just had rings. He was like, you know what?
It wasn't. It's better than that.
it's even worse.
It's better than that, but it's worse.
Okay.
Like, it was,
Oh, that's so funny.
I actually, before I met Mattie, about 2 years previous, I was engaged to like my high school, college sweetheart,
Okay.
and we broke up right at like 21.
Mm-hmm.
Right, broke it off, and so she gave the ring back, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this, and so. I will say Mattie did not have the same ring.
It's not the same
it wasn't
ring,
the same ring.
I
It's
It
not
Oh,
the same
Chris,
ring.
I'm about
I-
to
It
say.
was the same ring.
I was
Wasn't
literally going to take a flight and fight you myself. I kid you
It
not.
wasn't the
I
same
was
I'm landing at Hartsfield Jackson
Listen
at
to me.
9 a.m. Pick me up at 9 a.m.
I
and square up
promise
in the
you.
terminal, Chris.
Wasn't the same ring.
You needed to fix that first because I was this close to turning on you.
And you know we got miles, Chris. It ain't
Oh.
nothing to go to Atlanta.
I'm sorry.
You need to fix that
I'm
up top
sorry, Melissa.
because I said to myself, I'm with it. I have a child that's very logical. I literally just told my youngest son, Josiah, you need to lie to me. I just told lie. If I say, Joe, what do you think about my nails? Don't say, I don't know. I don't care. I know you change them. You say, oh, mom, they look nice.
Yes.
What do you think about my ooh girl? It look nice. I need you to lie to me. I don't care what you really feel. Lie to me every time.
It's
okay?
that second born.
Yeah, come
That
on. They do it to
second
you
born
every
is just
time.
different.
I can't do it. So I'm like, I get it. Chris, he's Joe. No problem. I understand. No, you didn't just get nope.
Both
This-
of
But I
their
didn't.
faces dropped. Yeah,
I didn't.
Okay, so what happened?
Yeah,
Because she's
by
about
the
to get
time
mad
Mattie
at
came
me.
around,
I'm hot.
She's about to be, and you know what, Kevin? You better not do that. And
No.
why are you mad?
I wasn't gonna get
You were
mad at you.
back in the past.
I was on an airplane. I am on Delta right now. I was on an airplane.
she's en route to Atlanta.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
You exchanged it.
yeah, I did. I exchanged, and then I was able to. I mean, that was the blessing of it, right? Like you ended up with a much better situation.
Yes, because he had
because
more
I
money.
was in a much different financial position,
Yep.
and the ring appreciated, and so
Come on, favor.
it was a win.
Favor ain't fair.
Come
It was a
on. I
win.
love it. Okay, I love
So
it.
That
residual
ring was,
residual
actually,
profits
But she's
of
right
the
though.
ring.
That ring, I bought that ring after I made that decision, and it was in the house until I actually spoke to her father and got the thumbs up
Oh,
on it.
nice. Old school.
Yeah.
So wait, Chris. Okay, this is how you are coming across to me. You sound very decisive.
Yes.
Very- Huh?
It used to be.
Oh, not so much anymore.
And, kids.
Oh, I see.
Life.
I see. Yeah, it changes
You know,
over time. Okay,
Get a
well,
little gun shy.
got
But
it.
when you're young and brave, you can
Yeah,
do whatever
we're
you wanna
brazen.
do. Yeah.
You don't have enough battle wounds to know.
You just be busting
Think
through
about it.
walls.
Think about it a little longer.
Yeah.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Got it. So I'm trying to figure out then how we have this dynamic that we call the kite and the string, right? You're giving me very string vibes, but low key with the decisiveness that you are, maybe you're also a kite. I'm unsure. Tell me your kite string dynamic. Hopefully you get it automatically.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, I'm a little bit of both.
Okay.
So,
I think it is very much kind of, it's kind of like, I think we're in a season in our marriage where we understand that we both have the ability to be both. So I think early on we didn't understand that. So I think that is when we butt heads and
Mhm.
we had conflict because I don't think we understood that. Chris is very decisive and he's very committed to his decision. I think that is both his strength and I think that is his opportunity. Um, and I am not. So that
just not.
no, I'm just very I am very impulsive. And if I feel like I can win at something, without being malicious or anything like that, I will go for it. I am a risk taker. Chris is very calculated. I am not. I have to get punched in the face before I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I don't box.
I think that's a good way of explaining it because Maddie is, we're both risk takers, but the type of risk we're willing to take are different.
Got
Right?
it.
I'm more of a leap one big time and go for it person, and Maddie is just like every little like incremental thing that I can do. I'm just gonna do it all and then figure it out.
Yeah.
Left, right, which way I go.
Got it.
So
So how
yeah.
does that work in working together? Because how long have you guys, Chris? You have come off your job in the time that I've been following Mattie, and I want to say that's probably within the last 5 years
Yeah, I
or
feel like
so.
was it 2020?
2020, 21, because our son
2021.
was born in 2020.
Oh, it's even more
And,
recent than I thought.
Once I used all the insurance benefits of that
Come
and
on.
PTO, I said, this time.
I get it.
It's got to be a strategic
So-
move.
Yes.
So, but yeah, that was actually my second time doing it,
Mhm.
right? Like, speaking to, the conversation we just had in 2011, I did it. And I was just like, I just big leaped it. I was like, let's go. We're jumping off,
Yeah.
there's a cliff. I believe in myself. You need to believe too. I didn't really, but it didn't work out. So I
It
went
didn't
back to
work
work.
Wait, this was big leaping into. Are you saying it was one of your endeavors, or was it Maddie's endeavor?
It was
And-
an us endeavor.
It was
Oh, I
an
love
us
it.
endeavor.
Okay.
So when we met, I was right at that cusp of figuring out which thing I'm going to take full advantage of.
Are
right?
you good at a lot of things?
I'm one of those people.
Oh, you might be Kev.
I'm not good at a lot of things. I'm good at everything.
There you go.
I was wondering where it
There
was
you
going.
go.
'Cause I was like, that's literally not true.
I was waiting for it.
Yes.
So yeah, I had a couple of things, I had a couple of big ideas. I had this whole 25-year plan mapped out and that I would show people and they would look at me strange about. And then I met Mattie and then I showed it to her and she was like, "Oh, this is cool to me. This seems great." Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that was one of the reasons that I was like, okay, yeah, we can do this because you
Got
get it
You get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
enough. You
Mhm.
get it enough.
Yeah.
And so so in talking about it, Mattie was at a different stage in her life. It was, she was
I started
coming into
blogging.
her own, right?
Yeah.
Coming to her own, trying to figure out. And so I said, I'm good. I believe in myself enough to know that I know that regardless of when I have the opportunity to do it, the me things, right?
Mhm.
That it'll be fine. But I think if we if we just I just wanted her to build up her confidence in her things. So I was like, go for it, right? And
Yeah.
then during that process, I was like, you know what? It seems like this is more of an us thing, right? Like this works.
Can we
you
ask
know.
what were if you guys don't mind sharing? If you do, we can take it out. What was the venture? Or were you already doing the thing you're doing now, or was it something else you guys were doing?
No, we had a podcast.
Maddie started blogging.
Yeah, I started blogging in 2009.
No, you started
Oh
blogging.
no, I
as
started
well?
blogging when we were dating, so it was 2008.
You know that this is goes back to the how we met story in 2007ish when we were still
Pen pal.
Maddie started blogging on MySpace. right?
Was not good.
And I would give her notes. That was like a lot of our conversations.
All right, listen, Mattie, graph 3. It's a little
Yeah,
complicated.
yeah. You
I
know
feel
he
like
came
you
in with
can-
the notes.
I feel like
You
we
know he
could
came in with the notes.
get to the point a little quicker. I see the overall vision, but you know,
And it was just bad. And so these notes were definitely warranted because it was like, hey, this could have been a lot better. But I think once we got married, I think we realized how creative and that we both have big ideas. And uh Chris has a blessing of he really has big vision mindset and I don't. Like he can walk into a 70-year-old house and be like, oh, we can gut this and rip this out and stuff like that. And I'm like, once you guys have like drywall and lights up, then come see me. Like, I
Yeah.
don't have the vision.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
I have the faith and not the vision.
Yeah.
And so I think, so we had started the Mattie and Chris podcast and we were really adamant on, it was that like,
Before we did Mattie and Chris,
What did we do?
We had a blog together
oh my
called
gosh, yeah, we did.
Mattie always had. I noticed. I'm sorry, guys, if it sounds like because we did a lot of stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to just recall it all. So Mattie always had her Mattieology thing. Mattie was Mattieology.
Yeah, that was my
before she
very first blog.
That was her blog. We worked on that
Together.
Together.
Mhm.
I would like behind the scenes stuff, kind of like I'm doing now. Then we started a blog, and a separate blog called James Elias, which was our combined blog. It's our last names.
Yep, I got
was
it.
our maiden names.
Mhm.
Where we would do a whole bunch. It's still up. If you, there's a YouTube channel that's still up, where we would get on there and do what we would call challenges, where we would just be like, hey, go and be kind to somebody.
Oh.
Give someone a high five. Forgive yourself. That type thing, right? Do that this week and everything will be okay.
Just small, encouraging black people.
Yes.
So we would do that, and then we would do like get-togethers in Atlanta. Like, we're going to a sports bar, everybody meet up, and we're gonna talk. And so we would do things like that.
Mhm.
Then we started the
Mattie and Chris podcast.
Mm.
After that was later, after I took like the jump out. And to be like,
Yeah,
let's
he
go
left
full
it.
time because we were just
really trying and we were like,
Yeah.
you know what, we can do it. And Mattie and Chris was externally, it was I still think
It
it's
was
great
excellent.
content. It's really good content.
Uh-huh.
It was so fucking hard to do.
we hit
Like
the top
we
10s.
would fight like cat and dog
Mm.
every time.
We're on all the selected lists.
Yeah, we were like a
We
top
were
100
yeah,
podcast.
it
Like
grew
for
really fast. But yeah, it was a struggle to get.
Oh, so let's talk about it because this is a reality of working together. That we actually talked to Sarah and PT, and they were talking about how they allow the person to be the CEO of their business and they just come up beside them. But like it's a journey to get there, to learn like kind of your place. So talk to us about some of the learning lessons and obstacles of working together, and maybe now the season that you're in where you've learned how to work together. Like how does that look now that you didn't know then, if that makes sense?
Yeah. I think for me, it was like at that time when I think back of who like that version, it was like now when I look at it, it's like a shell of me,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
She just wasn't present. She was just so combative internally because I was literally trying to compete with Chris. And it's like, bruh, that doesn't make any sense because you're literally on the same team. So how like this is helping no one, not you or Chris. And he just didn't get it because he's a very present person. Like, he's great, even though he definitely had some opportunities back then. He just didn't get it because it was just like insanity. What I learned is that I need to take my husband seriously, but not personally. Like I just need to take things with a grain of salt. Like I need to take him seriously, first and foremost, because he's my husband and he's a person. And even if I don't agree with him or even understand him, my first priority should always be to understand him. Because if you can understand him, you can get through anything. If you can understand your partner. I think the second thing for me was to also then do that on the professional level, because if you are a business partner with somebody, you also need to be able to receive them. And too many times we go in so not present. We're so ready to just, you're letting the person talk just so you can just respond in this way that you've like perfectly calculated what you're going to say. And for me, I just didn't even have the emotional tools. So I would just cry. I wouldn't even articulate my feelings. I just did not have the emotional tool set that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly didn't have the entrepreneurial tool set that I do now. But yeah, so it was just really, really hard. And he is really good at a lot of things. And if I wasn't good at that, I took that as a slight.
Mm-hmm.
I read the book Mindset, and they talk about fixed mindset versus growth mindset. And Chris is very much growth mindset, while I think I definitely lead with a fixed mindset, meaning like if I'm not good at something, I think that is a like demerit to who I am as a person, versus it's like, girl, you just don't know how to do that because you didn't go to school for it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to draw because I didn't go to art school.
Right.
Right.
Christopher literally has a degree in art.
Wow.
So that is why he would be good at
Of
art,
course he
Mattie.
does.
But I'm so busy taking things personally versus being like, oh my gosh, my husband can do art. Like, yo, we need to get this off. He can do a book cover for me. We can do X, Y, and Z. And so I was so busy fighting the thing that I should have been using to my advantage. And that is really what I know now. And so now, anytime he is good at something, I'm like, hey, yo, can you set this up? Can you do this? Can you do that? Like, it is not offensive to me at all, but it definitely took a lot of therapy to get to that point. You know what I mean? Like just snot crying, just real, just emotional
Yeah, sure enough.
ass session where
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, we doing some healing here.
Was
Yeah.
this couples therapy or was it personal therapy?
Are you going outside? Because, child, I'm going outside this summer, okay? We are looking to do a lot of things in our kids' lives. We're doing our HBCU tour. We're going to Mexico. We got a lot of things, okay? It's summertime. We're trying to be outside. But while you're outside, I need you to be responsible, okay? I need you to take a fresh look at your financial planning plan, okay? Do you even have a plan in place? That's a question you should ask yourself. And if the answer is no, and you've been meaning to get life insurance but have been putting it off until next time, well, with Fabric by Gerber Life, it's quick and easy to help protect your family's future so you can get back to enjoying your life and going outside. Fabric was designed for parents by parents to help you get a high quality, surprisingly affordable term life insurance policy in less than 10 minutes. That's right, it takes about 10 minutes to apply, to see your quote, and then personalize your quote to fit your family's needs. You could be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. Fabric has a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel at any time. It was specifically designed to give parents like you affordable term life insurance plus wills, access to college savings funds, and more. And it's all in an easy online experience. This is really important. Kevin and I have definitely gone through the process with just some of the tragedy that's happened in our world recently, gone through and taken a look at our life insurance policies, our wills, and made sure that if something were to happen to us, heaven forbid, our children are squared away, and we have made our family members aware of that plan as well. Protect your family today with Fabric by Gerber Life. Get your personalized quote in seconds at meetfabric.com/MBH. That's meetfabric.com/MBH. Meet MEET fabric.com/MBH. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Now back to the episode.
Both. It was both.
and.
Both and. But yes, we have
We do both
we
and,
do
too.
couples therapy. We just did a kind of like a stretch at the top of this year too. I mean, we've been doing it over the years. But we just did a really good like 8-week stretch with our therapist, kind of like a program, and it has helped me so much. Like, again, just things that used to hurt my feelings. I mean, I just don't even respond to it now. Not that I don't respond to it because I don't ignore him, but it doesn't even like upset me.
Yeah.
It's like I was literally this different person.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. Chris, did you want? Yeah.
No, I will say though, for me, a lot of things, what I learned, from back then, is I mean, I was good at hurting feelings. I was
In
good
what
at it.
way is it? Are you an
Wasn't
a-hole?
intentional at
Okay.
all. Not
Are you just very matter of fact? Like expand on it. That's what I'm trying to get you
exactly.
to.
Like my
What's
style.
your
So
sign, Chris?
I'm a Libra.
Okay. Whew. I
Yep,
want to
and I'm
continue
a
not believing.
Gemini.
Because our son, my son
Literally
is
Josiah is you.
literally you have
You're literally the same person.
so many
And
qualities.
he's a second born too.
See?
So and our
Yeah.
second born Kaliana, like literally does not mince words. And I'm like, bro, you're 5.
There's a way to say it. Even
there-
if the point is the same. There's a
But
way
the
it can
point
be
is the same.
said.
When I say these babies don't care,
No, not at all.
That's what's
Not-
wrong with
no
gentle
feeling.
parenting. We need to go back to rough.
Show enough. Show enough. No, but
Very
it's
harsh
real.
parenting.
Yeah.
Harsh parenting didn't get me great.
Yes.
But never mind the fact that that's why I was in therapy in the beginning.
Come on.
At least I was quiet as a kid.
And I don't think it's intentional. I literally told Joe, like, do you understand that hurts my feelings? And he literally he's like, no. Like plus
No.
also, and why would it hurt your feelings if it is the truth? Because it is
That's what he
me.
was
One,
saying.
if it's the truth, and I didn't intend to hurt your feelings.
Correct.
So it shouldn't hurt it. Yeah, I get that.
Yes, that is
'Cause that is me. I can't say that was me. Like that is me, and I just know how to recognize it now, right?
Mhm.
And so outside of that, outside of having that, like a lot of my childhood was spent with a lot of males. So I'm one of 4 kids, and it's 3 boys, 1 girl. But that 1 girl is 12 years younger than me. We played a lot of sports. We spent a bunch of time in that world, where you had to, be as hard and tough as possible. And so negative reinforcement was never an issue for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so when I married Mattie, who lived a completely different lifestyle, it was all girls all the time. Girly things is happening everywhere.
Girly things is happening everywhere.
That's why God gave you girls. That's why God gave you daughters to soften your heart.
Exactly. Yeah, when I met her, it would just be like, man, it was the easiest things that would just, in my mind, like the most simple things would just like break you down into tears or like make you cry. And I'm like, I don't get it.
Oh my gosh, that
I
was
spent the first I don't know why.
literally the first decade of
Why
our
we
marriage.
crying?
And I don't get it, and I would just be crying, and I'd be like, I don't know why you don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Yes.
So,
Actually,
What's
love
that? What does that liquid come out your face?
What are you doing?
What is this
Yes.
human emotion?
And once you tell me what it is, why?
Yeah.
Why would it be happening? I get that. So,
You know what? Sorry.
No, go.
What you guys are saying that I think
very good.
is
pivot.
very key to marriage. 2 things are important. Knowing who you are. 3 actually. Knowing who you are, knowing who your spouse is, and then knowing who y'all are.
Come on, Kevin.
Right? So I think and this is what I'm learning even, closing in on 19 years from Melissa and I, is, and Chris, you just said it. Some of the things you do, you don't mean them, right?
Yeah.
mhm.
But to be a good partner, it's I wasn't aware this was affecting you this way.
Mhm.
It wasn't my intention, or whether it was or wasn't your intention. Let me come to you a different way, because
Exactly.
that's hurting you now. So I know Chris is saying, I know I can be harsh and brash. I don't mean that, and I don't want to be that person to you. Right. So let me adjust. And I think that's the part of marriage that I think people misunderstand is that is always changing.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a
right.
constant adjustment, man.
That's a
The
constant
commitment's to
adjustment.
Constantly adjust.
It's a
And the
commitment
longer
to
you're
a constant
together, you're
adjustment.
like,
That's good.
okay, now year 2000, I think subconsciously we like the version of you where it was the easiest for us.
The
Yeah.
easiest,
Yes.
right?
the most
So-
convenient. version.
most
Yep.
convenient. So we're trying to always kind of go back to that.
Mhm.
But that is not helpful, nor efficient, nor beneficial.
Mhm.
You must be, and then also to Maddie's point about being present. The only way you can be a best partner for your partner is to be present with the person they are right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. When I got fired, I'm usually very confident. I can take on the world. I got it by the balls. But when I got fired, all that was down in the dumps for a while. So Melissa approached me differently when I was kind of still reeling from that. And then when I had some wins career-wise, then I'm back to that being that if he and me. Then she's, it's a different approach because but that can happen in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And I think it's the constant ebb and flow change and watching, like reading your body language, your taste, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, and we talk about this a lot, but it really impacted me. A couple we know and that we've seen.
There you go. Come on,
Come
quick
on.
study. Come on, quick
Come on,
study.
growth.
We love it.
They got divorced after like 40 years of marriage. And there was no
get that.
infidelity. There was
I
no
get that.
domestic violence. There's no easy, oh, you can point to this.
There's no easy
Yeah.
out.
There's no easy out. So I was really confused. You have outside baby, I get it. But what happened was they just got tired of
doing the work.
doing the work. They just were like,
Yeah.
they didn't even get married to anybody else anymore. They just were like,
I don't want to do marriage work.
They are
no more.
exhausted.
Exhausted.
I'm tired of it.
And if you're
I
not
get that.
careful, the reality is, I actually, as everyone was talking, I like literally could envision the friction that happens in marriage, and it looks like this. I am who I am, you are who you are, and it works. So if I'm the shell of a person that I am, and I think this is what happens, I think a lot of times for women, I'm the shell of a person. I don't necessarily, speak my truth all the time. I'm just kind of going along to get along. The man is who he is, and it's fine. Then one day, the woman has an epiphany, and she decides, wait a minute. This isn't working for me anymore. Or someone in the relationship, this isn't working for me
Yeah,
anymore.
don't gender it.
I won't gender it. I need to speak up for myself. I realize I don't like this anymore. I realize this is happening. I realize that is happening. And so I come to you with this new energy. You approach me with this old energy. And while we're renegotiating the terms of our relationship, it's friction.
Yes.
There's argument. There is, you used to, but not no more.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I'm not, and I could, for me personally, because this is my own personal testimony.
I was like, I
can
don't know if you were
swing-
trying to make it seem like that was somebody else.
No.
Oh, 'cause
No.
you went from a person to I in that sentence.
Yeah.
A person could do it. And what I'm going to tell you is I ain't going back.
Shut up.
I'm saying what I used to not say. And if you don't like it, then I don't love it. What?
This is for me.
I get it.
But what I was gonna say is that, God dog, you done made me forget.
Okay, good. That means I get to continue talking. So what happened? No, I'm joking. You were saying it's the friction.
Yeah, it's
you
the
can
friction.
see the friction
I
as
can see the
one
friction.
changes and the other staying the same.
Yeah,
Looking at the old version.
correct.
Adjusting.
Yep.
Still ain't coming
So
back.
all those things happen, right? And then y'all be looking at each other. Correct.
Yeah, listen. I can attest to this because Melissa's in this current phase of her life where it's almost really interesting knowing her at 16, 26, and 36, and also 38, 9. The person I met was that person. I'm gonna say what I need. I'm gonna keep it real. Low key. Also, you are JoJo at 16. You wasn't mincing words neither, so that's probably where you got it from. I remember, quick story, and I won't get sidetracked. I thought we were dating for the first 2 weeks because I was like, "You want to be my girl?" She said yes. Apparently, that was not clear enough. I didn't say, "Would you be my
'Cause it didn't
girlfriend
happen
in
that
the
way.
United States of America?" So this is her knee, guys.
United States
My
of
trick
America.
at the time, I would put my finger on a girl's knee, and then I would do this, and it would tickle them, and they loved it.
Oh, okay.
I did this
Yes.
to Melissa. She was like, "Why are you touching my knee like that?" And I was like, "What? I'm not." Then I just got off the bus. This isn't my stop. I just want to walk some miles because I don't. What? You're my girlfriend. So I was like, "Are we together?" She was like, "No." Cool. I
Oh.
actually don't. I don't go to this school anymore. Also,
Oh.
But
I joined the army. Also, as soon as you said that, I joined the
Yeah.
army.
this is actually our real communication problem right now. Kevin thinks we're having a conversation about something and agreeing about something, and we're not. So then later,
that.
he's coming to me
We
like,
we
yes,
live that
I
life. too.
thought we agreed to this. When did we ever?
In my mind, you said a thing that might have sounded like a yes, kinda, and you blinked
Yep,
when I
that's
said
me.
it. That's what I wanted.
I basically, I'm like, if I say it out loud, that means you know about it. So now I'm going to the thing. And
Maddie,
it's like,
come on and beat me. You didn't hear me when I said that?
We didn't discuss this. You just said it.
I discussed it. You were within earshot. That's a discussion.
Oh my God.
So Melissa, the girlfriend, was the strong, opinionated person. It was what attracted her to me. Melissa, the wife, had internalized as a wife, especially adding, we're very religious and in the church, submission. She internalized that as, oh, I'm going to let him lead, which also means I'm going to be quiet and I'm not going to challenge, blah, blah, blah. It's not what submission means to her now, although I do miss those days sometimes. It meant I'm going to retreat. So over the last 3 or 4 years, she started to find that voice
I remember what I
again.
was gonna say.
But it's stronger now. So it's like
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Super Saiyan. She was just she like, oh
Yeah, she didn't have babies
she
now.
doesn't have
Yeah.
and it's years of I was quiet and I let all this stuff happen
Yep.
and I ain't say nothing. So now
She got that smoke for you.
Yes,
What?
That's what I was gonna say. That was my
Every
whole
time.
she's
thought.
dropping her ovaries now every time. It's big listen here. It could be whatever. You don't have to say that. And you're not a crib.
But I do
Why are you
think that
flagged
you
up in
can
the living room?
swing too far the other way. That's what I was going to say earlier. Is
About
that
yourself?
what?
Or just in
Yeah.
general?
No, about this mysterious individual that we.
Oh, okay.
that-
Back to the mysterious
Yeah,
individual.
yeah, the
Okay,
avatar
cool.
person of
Okay,
not
cool.
me though.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens with our avatar is that you come into your own, you find your voice, and in the attempt to maintain your voice, keep your voice, and you don't really know how to be flexible with it
Or hone it.
or hone in on it.
Yeah.
You end up doing too much. You
Yep.
end up, rah, 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 rah. And sometimes that's not needed. It reminds me, actually, we're watching, this is for the avatar person, not me.
Got it.
This
That's
is-
very self-aware, or I guess not self-aware, but
I'm very,
avatar aware.
no, yeah, the avatar is very
That's
self-aware.
Avatar is
Yes.
self-aware.
Yeah, very self-aware.
Yes.
We are watching this show on Showtime called Couples Therapy, which is phenomenal, by the way. And the lady on there literally is going through the one that went through the faith crisis.
Yep.
She's literally going through phenomenal show. By the time this comes out, it's already available. Y'all should watch it. But she went through like a faith crisis with her church or whatever. And so she's finding, her voice and speaking up for herself, all of these things. And she's so like hell-bent on making sure her voice is heard that she's coming across as very rigid and inflexible. And so it is not like my way or the highway, but like, if you can't hear me and therefore think that I am correct, then we can't do anything. There's no negotiation.
I got you.
You know, and I
yeah.
think sometimes it's realizing in marriage that literally we were having a discussion yesterday and I was like, I just have to say my piece. What you do with that information is up to you, but no longer can I sit back. If we're partners in a relationship, I have to be a partner. And so I have to be able to say what I want and what I see as potential downfalls or like opportunities or like an opportunity for success or an opportunity you should look out for. What you do with that, you can do. But I can't be a bystander in this life that we're creating together.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have to be a partner with you.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Very good.
Yeah. I think, and then we'll get back to you guys, but I think the magic, to speak back to your book.
Come on.
The
Okay,
magic
Kev.
of
Bring it around, Kev.
marriage and love is as you love the same person, you discover new things about that person. And people ask how you keep it fresh. If you are loving the current version of your spouse, it will be fresh.
It's always
it.
fresh.
The staleness comes from, I believe, not because we as humans, we adapt. We
Yeah.
get tired. We get bored. What we used to love is not interesting anymore. Something that we never did is now exciting. And if you're not catching up, you'll see the same person all the time. But then one day you look up, and this is a big problem with when kids leave the home. Kids are gone. Now you realize, oh, snap.
I don't know who you are.
We've been in the like, I take this one to school, you pick up that one. We actually have lost, and in between, these people have been changing. And I think that's the danger of it is you really, and the problem of that is the work. And that's why marriage be hard and it will always be hard because you know that person, but you're always still learning that person. And like to Melissa's point about the avatar, that avatar realizes sometimes the avatar is doing too much.
Correct.
So, but the partner has to deal with that person recalibrating
Right.
because that avatar knows I don't know how to do this yet quite evenly, but I know I sure as hell can't go back to that.
Correct.
So I'd
Right.
rather mess up a little bit on this because that is dead. That bridge is burnt. That town is destroyed.
Yeah.
So
It's over.
it's over, but that's what I love about it because it's new and fresh and exciting as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I mean, inevitably we all grow, right?
Yep.
Inevitably, we're supposed to anyway. And because we're all different people, even when you're married to each other, you grow differently. I think the really hard part about marriage is both growing differently without growing apart.
Yes.
Because like with friendships, you have the option of like, that person's, I'm not really feeling their vibe anymore, but When you're married, it's definitely a little bit more entangled than that. So it's like, okay, so this person is growing differently than I am. So how do I adjust my love to still fit them? You know?
That's good,
Mattie,
Mattie. That's good, Mattie.
You ain't said a lot of words, but it was very impactful.
Yeah, that was good.
Because in relationships, you lose friends, and it ain't even like no beef.
Yeah.
Not a
And you
problem at
gain
all.
new friends where you are in life, right?
That's it.
And there's no, and they come and go too. But in that marriage, it's the constant evolution of finding your same friend in there as y'all both
That's
growing.
good, Kev.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
We're
good.
all good. Everybody's good. Even Cam, he's listening. He's good.
You nodding over there, Ken? Anything you guys want to add to that, or even how you guys maybe came out of that, or got on the same page, or how are you guys, or where are you at now in this journey, working together,
you think we are
finding
now?
each other?
I think we're fine. I honestly, I sit at.
He's never an extreme.
I
No.
sit in an
never
odd space where,
I
like,
think we're fine.
even though I completely understand the sentiment of marriage be hard, I firmly believe that it's not.
Talk about it.
Like, I believe that it's just work, but I believe everything in life is work, and I think the things that are the most valuable require more work.
For sure.
I think a lot of the times the hardness of marriage is it's the self reflection
Mm-hmm.
and the self work that you have to do, right? Because that's really where it is, right? Yeah, yes, you see your partner growing, you see your partner changing, but each one of those changes at a certain point in time, where the conflict comes, is that it triggers something in you.
For sure.
Right.
Mhm.
And even though you try to put it off on them, like, if they wouldn't have changed it in that way, I would have never recognized that.
Yeah.
I think the beauty is that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now you have the option,
Mm-hmm.
to grow. You have an opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where, like, that's where I find, like, the fun of it.
He
Mhm.
like
I
doing hard stuff.
I didn't explain that in the beginning, though. Like that was one of the things in the beginning that was hard for Mattie, right? Like, while Mattie used to cry in the beginning, I used to be, and we were being like a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say stuff like, this is supposed to happen.
Mm, that
Like,
would be annoying. I see.
like we,
I see
we,
what
we
you're
just got here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we just got here.
Yeah.
I don't know you like that, nor do you know me. Like,
You know what's funny about that, Chris? I totally agree. I feel like I tell my friends, if we ain't argued yet, we can't be real friends because one or both of us ain't being honest. If
exactly.
we spend a lot of time together and we ain't beefing a little bit at some point in time, we ain't disagreed on anything.
Nothing.
Somebody
You're not
lying.
really friends.
Yeah.
Somebody lying.
Yeah.
And I think too that oh God, dog, I keep
sorry,
missing
baby.
my train of
That's
thought.
39 too.
Child, that 39 is whipping my tail
That's
today.
your train got a lot of
39
tracks.
I'll be 39 in what, 25 days?
25.
Oh,
It's
you know
ghetto.
about it, man. You know about
Oh, and then happy belated Kev.
Thank
Happy
you. I'm
Chris
40
turns
now.
40 also in
I'm
October.
in October.
Oh,
we gotta
man.
go to the doctor.
These
I gotta
1980
get a colonoscopy now. I'm at the age. You know how I love being 25. Be like, men around 40 get your colon checked. Now it's like, you old bums. And now it's like,
You
it's
right
me.
there.
I got to call my doctor and schedule that.
Do you know what
Yep.
the sucky part about this is? The age boxes.
Oh my God.
First
The
of all,
age
ain't
we
that
just-
many more
so
checks left?
insulting.
No,
Ain't that
40
many more checks left?
40
They gonna get to 65 plus.
No, 40 is a new checkbox.
Yes.
It's usually to 30 or 35.
Yes. But here's the thing. After those boxes, it's under
There's
18
like two,
is
three
one
more-
box.
Two more, Mike.
18 and 25, 25,
Yeah.
30, 35. But then you get to 65, we not making no more boxes.
We're not even
After
making no
this
more
box,
boxes.
you gonna be dead. However long you live after that box, it's over with. Bless you. We hope the most for you.
We hope everything is well. But
We're
there's
closer
no more
to
boxes
25
for
than
you.
we are to 5. I mean 65 than we are to 5.
Why? How did we get here?
I-
This is dumb
Sorry. And it's because I said
conversation.
happy birthday. Oh, no.
It's
He
'cause
made
you
the joke
said-
about you being 39. And
Yes.
that's going to be my reality in like.
This is our
3
life,
weeks.
man.
It's ghetto.
Everything
ghetto.
is different here. Your body don't recover as fast.
Sure enough.
It gets hurt easier.
I am at the big age that when I drink wine, because I don't even drink liquor anymore. When I drink wine, I literally have to have a jug of water where it's like, for every glass of wine, I have to have a glass of water. For every, and I'm like,
What's the
because if I'm
point?
not hydrated,
Oh,
things are going to be really, really difficult for the next few days, not
Yes.
even the following day. Your
This-
whole week be thrown off
Oh.
because you had 2 glasses of Chardonnay and you didn't hydrate.
and this is a true adulting because when you were young, you ain't got no business. So you drink because you literally have no business. You
Nothing
ain't got
to do
nothing to do tomorrow. So drink and have a headache for a day and a half. It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
I'm a full grown up. I got things to do tomorrow. So decisions today cannot impact my tomorrow because I got to get up.
I gotta get
And
up.
tomorrow I'm not having a great time at the restaurant.
No.
Tomorrow I got to be on set, and now I'm like, what a stupid idiot you were last
Yes.
night.
Who was that
You're just
fool
so
yesterday?
mad at you. You're
Just
disgusted.
having more drinks,
Just being a dumb.
peeing all through the night. I don't even want to get up and pee. I'm not thirsty. I don't want
Chris
to.
talks about that all the time because he's like, he's not even a big drinker, but he's like, the annoying part is that when you drink out, you pay for alcohol just to pee it out. But then when you get old, you like pee it
Yeah, that's
out
me.
and then you got a headache.
It's ghetto.
Yeah,
Right.
Chris,
Yeah, the way
Chris,
my body is
he
set
feels
up,
that way about the
I'm
strip club.
just efficient. Like I'm just super efficient, and so it's like it's coming in. It's like I'm done with this, and we're out, and just money to me. That's just, it's all
Just
money.
pissing money.
You're
Yeah,
literally
sure.
pissing money away at that point. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
literally paying to drink it and watching it go right back into
Yep.
the toilet.
And
Literally.
calling it a
And
good
leaving
time
you with the headache in the interim.
and saying that's fun. I
That's
mean,
fun.
yearning
And your
to
liver's
turn
like,
21
actually,
to
I'm
do this.
crippling on you.
You big
Stupid.
dummy. Just a dummy. So, what piece of advice would you give your younger married self? To you, from you, dear younger Chris.
Dear younger Chris, learn early and quickly to speak to your wife's heart,
Oh, we love that.
because speaking to the matter does not matter.
Chris, that's great advice, bro.
It was tender.
It's honestly gold.
That is good.
We love it.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Did Mattie go?
good.
No, Maddie's going right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Dear younger Mattie, learn how to be present and actively listen to your husband.
We love it.
Yeah.
14 years together.
Yeah.
16 years together.
Yeah. Like 15 years together. Technically, like when we became girlfriend and boyfriend, 15 years together.
15.
September will be 14 years married.
14
Nice.
years married, 3 children. God gave you girls first, Chris, because he needed to soften your heart.
Absolutely, I learned that quickly.
Yes.
Because it's funny, like the siblings, my siblings, everyone had boys as well.
Yeah.
We
All
had-
of them
we had
have
one
boys
girl
first.
Between
So
there's 12
funny.
grandkids now, and it just kind of balanced out then. But at the time, there was one girl between like 7 grandkids at that point.
Yep.
So,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law is also like a man's man, really, really tough. And I strongly believe God gave him girls because he is putty. I mean, just useless.
Just be lying to himself about what he's
Just
going to do.
useless.
And if she does this, I'm going to do that.
You
Oh,
just
He's
lying.
over there with
Yeah.
lollipops.
Yeah, you
You
lying.
shell of a man.
Yeah. He needed it though. Listen, Mattie and Chris, thank you guys so very much for joining us today on our Marriage Be Hard Conversations. Please tell the people where they can see you on the socials.
You can see me on the socials. Chris is on social, but like does not post.
there and I'm not there.
He's there and he's not there. But you can follow me at the Mattie James, Mattie, because there's various ways to spell Mattie, or MattieJames.com. I'm the same handle everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, that I never do, and also check out Bossfluence, where I teach influencers how to make money pitching brands. So you can check that over at bossfluence.com.
Love it.
And the book is still
Oh,
available.
in the book.
I was about
Get
to
the
say,
book,
don't check out the
Everyday
book.
Magic. Yes. Don't forget about the book, Everyday Magic, The Joy of Not Being Everything While Still Being More Than Enough. It is available at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and really wherever books are sold.
Very good.
Congratulations again on that as well.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
Writing the
you,
book.
and
is-
Thank
congrats to you guys.
Thank you.
God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys. Have a
Bye.
good one.
Appreciate you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.